Hello, welcome back to IndigoSmokes Tarot. I am doing a reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you click on it and it resonates, it's for you. I have divided one of my tarot decks into 5 different piles. One is for majors, one is for pentacles, one is for cups, one's for swords, and the last one is for wands, each one correlating to a different aspect of your life. I'm going to clarify those with another tarot deck, which is Tarot Apocalypsis, and then I will close with oracle messages from about 4 to 5 different decks. And let's just get right into it. What is the overall energy, lesson, and theme for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Divine insight, divine clarity, and divine guidance for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Alright, we have the Hanged Man. Okay, the Hanged Man talks about surrender, it talks about sacrifice for the greater good. It talks about being kind of in a liminal space, a period of transition. Maybe starting to see or needing to see some things from another perspective, or surrender to some kind of process. Okay, or for some of you, just taking some time out to just reflect. But we're going to see, I'm going to clarify that. What is the overall energy surrounding the work, finances, and domestic life of the Scorpio collective? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Divine truth, clarity, and insight. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. Alright, so maybe things are stable for you. Maybe your focus is strongly on finances as of right now. Or this could be talking about a very stable, grounded, and nurturing energy that you're either in or you're surrounded by in some way. What is the overall energy surrounding the spiritual life, emotional life, and relationships of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Divine truth, clarity, insight, and guidance for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Alright, we have the reversed Queen of Cups here. Alright, so this is very much like a passive, a feminine energy that a lot of Scorpios may be in right now, or you're dealing with a feminine energy within your life, a very strong one. But the reverse Queen of Cups is someone who is emotionally, I want to say emotionally off balance, emotionally unstable in some way, shape, or form. This could be an energy of jealousy. This could be an energy of depression. This could be an energy of just being overly emotional or having strongly fluctuating emotions. Okay. Once again, I'll clarify that later. What is the overall energy surrounding, or what energy? Show me the energy for the state of mind and the communications of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Divine truth, clarity, and divine guidance for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Show me the state of mind and the communications of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Alright, we have the reverse Four of Swords. Okay, so the reverse Four of Swords, it talks about being needing a mental break, having a lot of restless mental energy that is going on, and needing some time to get your head on straight again. Okay, so maybe some of you are close to burnout, or you just have a mind that is not at peace for some reason. Okay, possibly if this reverse Queen of Cups is your energy, Scorpio, this could definitely be that your state of mind is restless and needing a break due to some emotional matters that you're dealing with. Last but not least, show me the overall energy, show me the energy levels, the goals and actions of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Divine truth, divine clarity, and divine guidance for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. Alright, so we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so as far as your energy, maybe this is talking about, like, the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. Okay, so it's one of those things where it's like you really your energy levels are fluctuating, like you're having to muster up the courage or the stamina to continue going, but you're very guarded. And this is kind of like sometimes when your energy is low, it's kind of like you're just taking some time to quickly, you know, get back on your feet. All right, but definitely this is a guarded energy, kind of a wounded energy, and kind of a trying to keep going in spite of how wounded or tired you are. Okay. Alrighty. Why is this hangman energy here for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Divine truth, divine clarity, and divine guidance for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please clarify, why is this hangman here as the overall energy, lesson, and theme for the collective of Scorpio? Alright, we have the reversed Page of Wands and the reversed Ten of Wands. Okay, so again, for some of you, this is energy burnout. For others of you, this is energy that needs to be directed properly. With the reverse Ten of Wands, that kind of coincides with the Nine of Wands. Whether the Ten of Wands is in the upright or the reverse, along with the Nine of Wands, it talks about being exhausted. Okay, maybe feeling a sense of burden for some reason. With the reverse Page of Wands, I strongly see that as someone who's not dealing with their energy properly. Okay, maybe some things are scattered, or once again, maybe you're just tapped out. All right, I'm going to clarify both of those. Why is the reversed Page of Wands and the reversed Ten of Wands here? To clarify the overall energy hangman for the Scorpio collective. Ooh, this is too many cards, but they're all reversed. Okay, so we have another 10 here, the reverse 10 of Pentacles, the reverse Queen of Swords, the reverse 5 of Swords, and the reverse World card. Wow. Okay, so 1010 might be an angel number for you to look into, Scorpio. They may have some kind of spiritual confirmation or guidance for you looking up that angel number. Furthermore, with all of these reversals here, that's showing me once again like a blockage or some kind of resistance in your energy. I feel like maybe you're needing to see yourself or a particular situation from a different perspective, or maybe there's something here that you're needing to let go of. With the reverse Ten of Pentacles, that talks about, it can talk about like family dysfunction, dealing with ancestral issues or ancestral karma, but it also talks about a certain level of fleeting stability, fleeting success, and things just not being stable for one reason or another, whether this is as far as domestic issues, whether this is talking about something karmic, or whether this is talking about finances. Okay, with the reverse Queen of Swords, the reverse 5 of Swords, that is strongly an energy of not being mentally clear, rational, not being up to or not being able to think clearly, make the right decisions, not being up to some kind of intellectual par, possibly due to this reverse 4 of Swords, because there's some kind of mental exhaustion that is here. With the reverse World card, that talks about something not being successful, okay, possibly being stuck in some kind of cycle, and basically feeling a sense of being blocked or having to it's kind of, when the world is in the reverse, it's kind of like you're pushing against the grain, or something is blocking you from success. You're stuck in some kind of cycle, possibly. Okay, and that could definitely be what's showing up within your spiritual, emotional life and your state of mind, because both of those cards are in the reverse, talking about things not being balanced emotionally or mentally, due to some kind of blockage that you are experiencing, or some kind of cycle that you're in. For some of you, this is some kind of karmic cycle, karmic blockage, due to maybe some ancestral things that you're having to work through. Other than that, this is just a situation, or maybe even yourself, that's kind of standing in your way. Alright, but when the Queen of Swords goes into the reverse, I see that as either someone who's been completely irrational or completely detached from her emotions, to her detriment and or the detriment of others. And the reverse 5 of Swords, it strongly talks about pride and a need to surrender. Okay, maybe not being up to some kind of ego or intellectual battle, because the 5 of Swords, it talks about being a more ego-centered, boastful, prideful, win over everything kind of person. And if that's something that you're embodying, that's something that's causing a blockage for you. Other than that, if this is someone that you're dealing with, this is possibly like, once again, an ancestral karmic kind of energy here with the reverse Ten of Pentacles and the reverse World card. Okay. Alright, I want to individually clarify the reverse Page of Wands. Why is the reverse Page of Wands here to clarify the Hanged Man as the overall energy for Scorpio? Okay, Prince of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Alright, I'm going to put these back because I'm not going to be able to fit all of these cards. But with the Prince and Page of Pentacles and the Chariot, this is talking about maybe needing to go on some kind of journey. Okay. To me, with the reverse Queen of Cups and the reverse Four of Swords being here, along with this reverse Queen of Swords, once again, this is a lot of feminine energy. And it's in the reverse, signifying that there's a certain level of, I want to say maybe a certain level of complacency for some of you that you're needing to overcome. With this reverse Hangman, there's something here that's definitely needing to be seen from a different perspective and released or let go of. With the Page and the Prince, that's talking about, you know, bringing things into manifestation, but also grounding your energy. And I do feel like with this Chariot, there's a journey that you're needing to go on in order to tap into this earth energy of being grounded, being diligent, being practical, being methodical, and operating from a sense of being rational. But strongly, there's a need for being grounded here that I'm not fully seeing in as far as your state of mind and your emotions. But the Chariot card, it talks about needing to use your willpower and your focus to go on some kind of journey to attain some kind of goal. And with all of these reversals over here clarifying your overall energy, it just seems like either you're standing in your own way, or maybe you're working through, like, once again, some ancestral karma here, and it's kind of draining you of your energy. But more than anything, I'm seeing a need for a new perspective and a need for something to be possibly let go of. So I'm going to put those back. And I'm going to move over to the next pile, correlating to work, finances, and domestic life. Can we please clarify this Queen of Pentacles for the Scorpio collective, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Why is this Queen of Pentacles energy here for the work, finances, and domestic life of Scorpio? Alright, now we have the reverse King of Swords, the reverse Star card, and the reverse Prince of Wands here. So once again, we have more reversed Wands energy, talking about your energy, your actions not being balanced, maybe being impulsive. Okay, maybe you're somehow your actions are causing you to work against yourself. With the reverse page, well, not the reverse page, the reverse Prince of Wands, the Nine of Wands, it talks about a certain sense of being maybe impulsive or reckless. For some, it may be talking about some kind of sexual promiscuity. Okay, needing to allocate your sexual energy better. But with this reverse King of Swords and this Star card, both correlating to Aquarius energy, I'm seeing that it's like some kind of energy that you're fixed in. Okay, and I don't think you're seeing yourself or a situation clearly at all. The reverse King of Swords, the reverse King of Swords along with the reverse Prince of Wands can talk about, you know, having anger issues or a bad temper and kind of being stuck in your ways. Okay. With the Star card being here, I feel like this is an energy of some kind of healing is trying to come through for you, but there's a resistance that is here. Okay, because the Star card, it talks about hope, it talks about healing, it talks about faith, it talks about cosmic energies trying to support you, but with it being surrounded by all of these reversals, or shall I just say with these two reversals, to me this is a resistance to this energy. Okay. Now that we have the reverse Queen of Swords and the reverse King of Swords, this could be an energy where you are in some kind of, you know, back and forth with a feminine or a masculine energy, whichever you are, whether you're the feminine energy that's showing up in the cards or whether you're this masculine energy. I feel like there's some kind of back and forth here, some kind of, once again, cycle that is needing to be either seen from another perspective and dealt with differently or let go of. And with the star, like I said, I do feel like healing and perspective is trying to come through for you, but I see a lot of resistance to that. The reverse King of Swords is someone who, once again, can have a bad temper. He is someone who is not thinking clearly, and thus his actions are not, he's not able to follow through and make the right decisions. And the reverse Prince of Wands is just someone who isn't really acting in a mature way. So this doesn't feel like it's a money thing, but maybe for some of you, yeah, I'm not going to say this is like finances. I really don't feel like that. Maybe this is something in your domestic life or your work life. It strongly seems like it's other aspects of your life other than work. So I'm going to say for a lot of you, this could be like a domestic issue that you're dealing with, or just something in your personal life. Why is the reverse Queen of Cups here for the spiritual, emotional life and relationships of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Clarify the reverse Queen of Cups for Scorpio. Alright, the Sun. Why is the Sun here for the reverse Queen of Cups for Scorpio? Spiritual, emotional life and relationship of Scorpio. Why is the Sun here? Alright, so with this clarifying your spiritual life and your emotional life and relationships, so take whichever resonates. Alright, this could be something that you're just dealing with as an individual, or this could be something that you're dealing with in a relationship. So the Sun strongly talks about, especially when I read it, talks about clarity, illumination. Okay, sometimes it can talk about the realization of painful truths. It talks about a need to face the truth of a matter and needing to get clarity. And with this reverse Page of Swords is right here. The reverse Page of Swords is an energy. Once again, it talks about a certain level of immaturity. It talks about improper communication. And it could also be talking about an energy where somebody here is not being honest, or somebody here is kind of full of it, you know, full of shit. And with the Sun card, maybe this is something that you're realizing, or someone that you're dealing with, Scorpio, is realizing this. And once again, there's a need for clarity. There's a need to see something from a new perspective. And for a lot of you, there's a need to release something. Whether this is you, Scorpio, releasing something, or whether this is, you know, vice versa. Whichever applies for those who may be cross-watching. But with the Sun, reverse Page of Swords, I see that as a need for truth and clarity. And maybe if this is something that you're already, if you've already come into this clarity or this truth, I'm seeing that this is what has your emotions and your spirit off balance with this reverse Queen of Cups. Or vice versa, you know, someone that you're dealing with, Scorpio, they could be realizing some things, and it has them very upset. So take whichever resonates. But to me, the Sun talks about needing clarity and illumination and having to face truths and things not being hidden anymore. And then the reverse page, once again, to me, that shows a certain level of a lack of clarity or dishonesty, and maybe some improper or dishonest communication that is here, or just dealing with somebody who's, you know, full of it, for the lack of a better way to say that. So can we clarify this Sun? Why is this Sun? Wait, no. Can we clarify the reverse Page of Swords for the reverse Queen of Cups as far as the spiritual, emotional life and relationships of Scorpio? Clarify the reverse Page of Swords. So once again, we have counterparts. We have the reversed King and Queen of Swords, and now we have the upright Queen and King of Pentacles. But in regards to your spiritual, emotional life, clarifying this reverse page, once again, I feel like that's a certain level of immaturity or lack of clarity or dishonesty. This is the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the reverse Judgment card. Okay, so I feel like this reversed major with this Judgment is kind of taking over this clarification here. And the reverse Judgment, it talks about, for some this may talk about feeling judged, but for a lot this is not making the right judgment call, or maybe not learning from past situations. Okay, it's kind of like I said, with this reverse world over here, it's like you're stuck in some kind of cycle, or you're experiencing some kind of blockage or delay, and it could possibly be due to not making the right judgment call, or not listening to your higher self, or a need to turn over a new leaf. Because when the judgment is in the upright, it's talking about leaving the past behind, integrating it, but becoming a more evolved and reborn version of yourself, you know, not clinging to old ways, you know. So when it goes into the reverse, it's just talking about a lack of that progress, not evolving into something new, not learning from your past mistakes, making poor judgment calls, okay, due to a lack of applying things that you've already been through and things that you've already learned. Okay, maybe for some of you not even realizing that you're doing this. Okay, sometimes the reverse judgment can talk about like you're not even aware of this blind spot that you may have. With this also being next to the Ace of Swords and the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, to me, that's talking about, once again, a need for clarity and possibly a need to cut some things out, because we have a lot of swords energy here. And with this Hangman, it's talking about, one, seeing things from a new perspective, which I feel like is really, really what is being said here, and also clarity, especially with the Sun energy. With this Ace of Swords, there's a need to cut out some things and see the truth of a situation, or maybe even yourself. All right. And then with this Pentacles energy, that's a need for, once again, grounding, needing to be grounded, needing to be mature, needing to be practical, needing to be diligent in whatever this process is for you. Okay, maybe needing to seek some kind of guidance from someone who is more grounded and can give you a new perspective. Okay. But strongly with this reverse world and this reverse judgment, there's a need for some kind of significant spiritual lesson to be learned. Okay, because the upright Queen and King of Pentacles, they already have their upright Ten of Pentacles. And the upright Ten of Pentacles, it talks about, you know, stability. It talks about security, longevity, and like basically good ancestral energy, a good lineage. Okay, setting yourself up for long-term success, whether that's on a financial level, whether that's just on a domestic level, and having healthy dynamics and dealing with ancestral traumas in a healthy way. But when it goes into the reverse, it's talking about a certain level of dysfunction and instability. And with this being in conjunction with the reverse Queen of Swords in the reverse world, that's strongly like, once again, being in some kind of rut. You're not seeing something clearly. It's not something that's not being dealt with properly, due to maybe a lack of growth, maybe due to, once again, ancestral karma that maybe you're working through. But once again, with this reverse world, with this reverse judgment, and with this Hangman being the overall energy, there is a strong need to see something from a new perspective, to take some time out, and maybe to release some things. Because like I said, we have a lot of swords energy here. The sword cuts through things. Okay, and it provides clarity. And that is strongly amplified by the Sun card that is here. So what is this reverse judgment about for the reverse Queen of Cups and the spiritual, emotional life and relationships of Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Here cards are just talking. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Swords. So alright. The Three of Swords, that is definitely an energy that would make me understand why this Queen of Cups is in the reverse. So like I said, if this is you, Scorpio, this is someone in your energy. The Three of Swords talks about disappointment, sorrow, and heartbreak. Like I said, that Sun card, this Ace of Swords, sometimes it can be a very sharp or painful truth or illumination that is being had here, and it's causing a lot of disappointment, because there's a certain level of having to face reality that's here. Especially with this Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups it's actually, I believe, it's Venus in Scorpio energy. So it's a very rose-colored lenses kind of energy, where you're not really seeing things clearly. The Seven of Cups deals with fantasies. Okay, it can also deal with a certain level of temptation or overindulgence. So for some of you, this is just it's like the blindfold or the illusion is being snatched from you. Okay, like I said, it's either you, Scorpio, or someone else, and that's causing a lot of pain. Okay, a lot of disappointment and heartbreak. For others, it's kind of like maybe you've made, for some, this is an energy where you've just been in fantasy land for too long, or you've been indulging in, I want to say, like your vices or temptations, you know, and that is kind of backfiring on you, because the Six of Pentacles, it talks about what you're giving yourself to. What are you giving your resources, your energy, your time, maybe even your money to? Okay, something here that has been indulged in, or something in here that has not been seen clearly. That illusion is being snatched away. Those blindfolds are being snatched away, and that is causing a painful wake-up call. All right. What is this Three of Swords referring to? What is this Three of Swords, Seven of Cups referring to? Alright, the Chariot card wanted to come out. So once again, this is the second time it's come out. This talks about a journey. Alright, a journey that requires determination and focus and willpower. Otherwise, these two horses that are here, they go opposite directions, and basically the person on the chariot falls off because it's not in control anymore. The animals are. So with this clarifying, the Seven of Cups, Three of Swords, like I said, whatever this harsh reality is, whatever this pain you're experiencing is to get you to go on some kind of journey, most likely a spiritual journey, because in your spiritual and emotional life, there's a strong imbalance. The Queen of Cups is in the reverse. All right, that's signifying someone who is dealing with depression, maybe not being self-aware, being hurt over something, you know, maybe going through a dark night of the soul kind of thing. Sometimes the reverse Queen of Cups can also be someone, especially with this reverse Queen of Swords, it could be someone who's, you know, dealing with some resentment or jealousy. Okay. But more than anything, those two energies, they're, a lot of the times, the reverse Queen of Cups and the reverse Queen of Swords, they're in some kind of pain. Okay, especially with this Three of Swords here, that reversed Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, it usually comes from some kind of Three of Swords energy, being disappointed, being heartbroken in some way, shape, or form, needing to heal. And when the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords is in reverse, they're not healed. You know, they're operating from a lower vibration. And with this Chariot clarifying the Seven of Cups, Three of Swords, like I said, I feel like either there has been some indulgence and some vices and it's kind of backfiring, or there's some kind of illusion here, or lack of clarity. It's like that, once again, blindfolds, or the reality of the situation is kind of being it's having to be faced, and it's kind of being thrown in your face with this Sun card, because you know nothing can hide from the Sun energy. It illuminates everything, whether you want to see it or not. So there's something very painful or ugly here that maybe someone hasn't been seeing clearly, and they're being forced to face it. And that's possibly, you know, once again, a dark night of the soul kind of energy that's trying to push you to go on some kind of journey. You know, maybe you've been distracted by some things, and those things are needing to be taken away so that you can put your focus elsewhere for your own good. Once again, that Hangman energy, it talks about seeing something from a different perspective, and or sacrificing, or, you know, letting go of something for the greater good of either a situation or yourself. Okay, but the Hangman is not a comfortable energy to be in. So it's completely understandable why all of these reversals here are talking about resistance. Alright. Why is this reverse Four of Swords here for the state of mind and the communications of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Why is the reverse Four of Swords here for the state of mind and communications of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Divine truth, clarity, and divine guidance for the collective Scorpio. Alright, clarifying. The reverse Four of Swords is the reverse Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so once more, This reverse Eight of Pentacles, it talks about not putting in the effort, you know, being unable to, not wanting to. And with this reverse Four of Swords, like I said, just not having the mental focus and clarity to be able to do so. So for some of you, this issue, once again, it could be either affecting your work life or your domestic life. Either or. You have to take what resonates, because I'm trying to keep this as general as possible and not focus on one aspect of life. But this reverse Eight of Pentacles talks about not having the skills, or feeling like you don't have the skills to do something. Okay, when Eight of Pentacles in the upright, is talking about perfecting something, studying, getting better. Practice makes perfect. And when it goes into the reverse, there's a lack of that. You know, there's a lack of trying, a lack of effort, a lack of diligence, a lack of practice, or maybe not having the skill set to do so. And with this reverse Four of Swords, once again, that is a need. You need some kind of mental refreshment, some kind of mental break. Because mentally, you're not up to whatever this Eight of Pentacles symbolizes. You're not up to some kind of work. You're not up to something that is requiring some effort or some diligence. You know, because once again, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, you're off. Hangman energy, overall, you're in an uncomfortable space. And it's taken away from your desire to put the effort or the work in. It's taken away from your ability to be emotionally balanced and your ability to be mentally focused at this time. What is this reverse Eight of Pentacles referring to? What is this lack of effort? Alright, the reversed Hermit. Okay, this is a very spiritual card. And it also talks about this can either talk about ignoring guidance, or it talks about a sense of loneliness or seeking guidance. Okay, so feeling isolated, feeling lost, feeling like you don't have the answers, seeking the answers or needing to seek the answers. And if there is some guidance that's trying to come through for you, this can talk about ignoring it. Okay, because the Hermit energy, when it's in the upright, it talks about going within for the answers. It talks about, you know, working through inner demons to gain that inner wisdom and to grow spiritually. It talks about being able to give wisdom to yourself and others, being able to help and guide others. And when it's in the reverse, it's talking about the exact opposite of that. Not having that spiritual awareness, not having or tapping into that spiritual wisdom, or maybe rejecting it. And once again, with this reversed Hermit and, you know, the Queen of Cups in the reverse, that can definitely talk about feeling isolated or alone in some way. And this together with the reverse Eight of Pentacles can strongly talk about, and this is, both of these are Virgo energy. Okay, so when Virgo is not in its perfectionistic energy, in the energy of refining and perfecting and doing what needs to be done and having a plan and being grounded in reality, when it goes into its shadow side, this Virgo energy can definitely work against itself. Because it's not on its A game. You know, it's like kind of a self-isolating energy. Or rejecting the notion of improvement or getting better. Okay, so this is a definitely with this reverse Four of Swords, this reverse Hermit, and that Hangman. There's some need to take some time out to gain clarity. Okay, there's something that you're needing to surrender to, and for a lot of you, it looks like some kind of spiritual quest is trying to come through for you, or you're basically being pushed to take some kind of spiritual quest, and there's a lot of resistance here, you know, whether that is consciously or subconsciously. Virgo energy needs to refine and perfect and improve, otherwise it becomes lazy or self-destructive, or both, because I guess lazy is a form of self-destruction. What does this reverse Hermit represent for the state of mind communications of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Yep, another spiritual card. Another major arcana. You have a lot of majors here. A lot of majors. Okay, that talks about a very significant juncture, phase of life. Okay, something that is unavoidable. With the Temperance card, this is another spiritual card for me. This is an angel. This is an alchemy transmutation card. All right, it talks about creating harmony with balance and moderation. All right, needing to temper yourself because something here is out of whack. With this clarifying the reversed hermit, once again, you're needing some more spiritual balance and focus. Spiritual balance and spiritual focus in your life, Scorpio. There's something in a situation or within yourself that you're needing to temper and heal and work through, or, you know, go within or seek guidance about. You know, there's something here that it seems like has been ignored or is being ignored, and that is a part of what is blocking you, what is causing you to constantly go through this same cycle or feel, you know, unhappy or depressed. Okay, normally life has to push a lot of people to, you know, unhappiness and depression for them to take some time out and shift their focus. You know, when you realize that there's more to life, or that you're not fulfilled by what your life is, it makes you have to do something different. You know, the hangman, a lot of the times, in the story behind the hangman anyway, it talks about somebody who is actually willingly, you know, hanging from a tree because they're trying to basically gain spiritual enlightenment, because they're not satisfied with what they've been experiencing thus far, and so they're trying to seek something different. Yeah. So there's a strong need for spiritual focus and guidance that is here, Scorpio. Okay. Temperance talks about being in alignment. And with this reverse hermit, it can be talking about some of you rejecting this guidance, or rejecting a spiritual quest, rejecting the need to go within and take some time out for yourself for whatever reason, you know. But alright, why is this 9 of Wands here? For the energy levels, goals, and actions of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Why is the 9 of Wands here? For the energy levels, goals, and actions of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please clarify. Alright, we have the reversed lovers here. The reversed lovers and the 4 of Wands. The bottom of the deck is the 9 of Cups, which that talks about, once again, dissatisfaction, and it can also talk about too much of a good thing or a sense of overindulgence, but definitely being emotionally dissatisfied. Sometimes the reverse 9 of Cups, it can talk about being smug, you know, being too confident to your own detriment. But more than anything, for me as a reader, it talks about dissatisfaction and maybe experiencing fleeting happiness, okay, or too much of a good thing that's not really giving you what you thought you wanted. All right. Clarifying the 9 of Wands in your energy, your goals, and your actions. The reverse lovers and the 4 of Wands. The reverse lovers once again talks about a lack of harmony, disharmony within oneself, or disharmony within a situation or a connection. For me, the lovers is normally a very strong relationship card. So for some of you, this is a relationship matter, or relationships. Maybe that could be plural. And then for others of you where this is just an internal process, once again, the lovers, to me, that's talking about, it's ruled by Gemini. Okay, so that's talking about the twins. So yeah, I guess your twin in the context of a relationship could be your other half, you know, the person that you're with. But it can also be you and your higher self, or you and your the balance of your masculine and feminine energies within you, you know. And it looks like, once again, with this reverse Queen of Swords, King of Swords, that energy can definitely be off within yourself. You know, maybe you're too into your feminine energy and you need some more masculine energy. Maybe you're too much in your masculine energy, you need to be more in your feminine energy. Maybe if you're not maybe if you're not connected enough to your spiritual self or your higher self, that's what's causing this disharmony. And for some of you, this is just a literal relationship that is off balance, okay? Maybe the communication is imbalanced. Maybe the effort that's being put into it is imbalanced. You know, maybe this is talking about a separation for some of you. But it's definitely talking about tension and disharmony, no matter which way you put it, whether it's an external relationship or whether it's the relationship with yourself. With the Four of Wands being here, that's normally talking about security, you know, and happiness and having something to celebrate, and also knowing your purpose, knowing your life's calling, and beginning to see the fruits of your labor. So maybe for some of you, in regards to work, you are beginning to step into what it is you're supposed to be doing as far as work. But for others of you, this reverse lovers is talking about maybe not knowing what it is that's really going to make you happy, or not being in touch with it. Once again, that Nine of Wands being here, that talks about not really feeling like, or having to force yourself to keep going because you're tired, you're exhausted, you're wounded, but you keep going anyway because of how you're pushing yourself. But it's a very exhausting energy. Okay. Why is the reverse lovers here? For the actions. Why is the reverse lovers here for the actions, energy levels, and goals of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Two of Pentacles? Once again, the twos, they talk about choices and they talk about a need for balance. Alright, and I feel like that's been the overall theme of this reading, Scorpio. With this clarifying the lovers, the Two of Pentacles talks about a need to balance things and manage your life properly, being able to juggle different aspects of life without things going into chaos. Okay, so if this is a relationship, there is it needs to be managed better in order for it to become harmonious again. Whether that's in the give and take, whether that's in the communication, something here needs to be, once again, seen from a different perspective or released. Why is the Four of Wands here with the reverse lovers and the Nine of Wands for Scorpio? That's too many cards. But we have another two, the reverse Two of Wands. We have the Three of Cups as well. Alright, I'm not going to keep these out. But clarifying why the Four of Wands is here, we have the reverse Two of Wands, which talks about staying in your comfort zone, not being up for the adventure of challenge or of expanding your horizons or changing your ways. With the Three of Cups, that is strongly talking about, for some of you, this reverse lovers is here, and this imbalance within a relationship is here because there's some kind of third-party energy. For some of you. For others, this could simply be, you know, a friendship that's off balance. But with this reverse Two of Wands, there's an energy of failed plans and just being comfortable where you are, not being up to the change. You know, once again, going back to this reverse Eight of Pentacles, this reverse Hermit, either ignoring guidance or needing to seek it, you know, and maybe feeling a little bit isolated. You know, it's kind of like for some of you, you're being forced into some kind of corner so that you can do something different and think different. You know, for a lot of you, a new perspective is really needed. We also had the Page of Cups that was out with that. Talking about needing to listen to your emotions, needing to listen to your intuition. Once again, can I get one card to clarify why this Four of Wands is here with the reverse lovers and the Nine of Wands for Scorpio? So once again, there's a need for stability. The Four of Pentacles talks about creating solid foundations for yourself. Actually, both the Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles talk about creating solid foundations for you. And there's definitely a need for that here, especially on a spiritual level and emotional level. So now we have 444. That is definitely an energy of needing to kind of, you know, get your focus together and put in the effort. Okay. Needing to find, like, what is your spiritual purpose? What is your spirit telling you or trying to tell you? Do you know yourself spiritually? Do you have the desire to know yourself spiritually? If not, that could definitely be a blockage for you here, which is why this reverse world, reverse Ten of Pentacles, this lack of success and this lack of stability and this fleeting happiness is there, because you're doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And you're looking at the situation from the same perspective, expecting it to change. You know, and with this Temperance card, something here is needed to be transmuted. This is a card of alchemy, mixing and matching a little bit of this and that and creating something that is greater than the sum of its parts. I hope I said that right. But for a lot of you, you're guarded to this process. Okay, you're fighting it. The Nine of Wands is a fighter, because it's a card of perseverance and going on regardless of how wounded and tired that you feel. And sometimes that's a good thing, but sometimes, you know, you're guarding your trauma instead of working through it. Okay, so let's get into some oracle cards so we can close this reading out. So, can I get some divine insight, clarity, guidance for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Any closing advice, closing guidance, and messages for the collective of Scorpio? You will receive news from afar. That Ace of Swords definitely talks about, once again, hearing some truth, getting some clarity, getting some information, maybe some new ideas. We have the Stars. A long journey brings rewards. Yeah, that's that Seven of, not the Seven, that's the Chariot, you know. Once again, going on that spiritual quest, or being on a spiritual quest that is going to bring you to a more stable ending if you stop, you know, fighting the process. Can I get one more card of guidance, insight for Scorpio, Sun, and Rising? Alright, and choose your words carefully. Yeah, with the reverse Queen of Swords, reverse King of Swords, those are definitely people who can be harsh with their verbiage, harsh in the way that they communicate, or dishonest in the way that they communicate. So if that's something that is showing up for you in your energy, whether that's within yourself or within someone that you're dealing with, just be careful, alright? Especially with this reverse Lovers, Gemini is the communicator, but Gemini energy can also be very duplicitous. Okay, so either this is an energy that you are inhabiting yourself, Scorpio, this is someone that you're dealing with, something very, you know, you can't really pin it down, because someone here could be talking in circles. Back to that reverse Page of Swords, that definitely talks about, like I said, someone who's full of shit. So either that's you, Scorpio, that's someone that you're dealing with, and words are needing to be chosen carefully. Communication is needing to be improved. Right. Can I get some more clarity, advice, guidance for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Can I get one more card for guidance? Divine guidance for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. first card is the imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. All right. A lot of times there's a connection between your intuition and your imagination too. You know, so maybe some of you are needing to maybe tap into your imagination, channel your imagination so that you can access spirituality in a new way for yourself. Okay. Once again, with that hangman, this is a need to, once again, new perspective. Okay. Not being stuck in one state of mind, not being stuck in one way of seeing things, one way of doing things, embracing something new, getting out of your comfort zone. All right, not being mentally fixed. Scorpio is a fixed sign. It can be very fixated on what it wants to think, what it wants to do. Okay. Scorpio isn't typically a very go with the flow kind of energy. And the second card we have is blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. You know. Like I said before, that reverse Queen of Cups, reverse Queen of Swords, it can definitely be an energy of feeling resentful and holding on to pain and not being able to heal and deal with that pain or that disappointment or your emotions properly. And thus becoming emotionally cold or emotionally closed off, resentful, crystallizing the pain. We have envy here. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Alright, so I don't know if this is you or someone else, Scorpio, but like I said, that reverse Queen of Swords, reverse Queen of Cups, it can definitely be an envious energy, you know, an envy or jealousy that is born from, once again, pain and resentment. You know, having to face painful truths that you don't want to. Bottom of the deck is perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Once again, that Nine of Wands here, even if you are wounded or dealing with some generational things or some past things that you've been through that have hurt you, that Nine of Wands in this card, they both talk about perseverance and being able to push through. But once again, in order for you to push through to success, there's a spiritual journey that you need to go on. There's a new perspective that you need to be in, and maybe there's some things here that are also needing to be released. Alright, can I get some more advice, guidance, divine advice and guidance for the collective Scorpio? Igniting the exciting, finding your soul's purpose. Like I said earlier, that Four of Wands, it normally talks about knowing your life calling, feeling aligned with that, whatever your spiritual, creative life purpose is, knowing it and finding stability within it. So finding your soul's purpose, talent, a new chapter, path, a life change, share your unique gifts. Trust the process. Everything always works out. Something better is on the horizon. Have total confidence in the universe. Growing success. Abundance, generosity, be excited, stay on the path, improvement, manifesting affluence. Once again, that Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and this Queen of Pentacles, it does talk about a certain level of abundance and stability being able, either you're already experiencing it or it's something that is on its way to you. All right. Bottom of the deck is enjoy the journey. The fun is in getting there. Acknowledge your progress. Travel, mental vacation. That reverse Four of Swords talks about a need for some kind of mental retreat to get your head back on straight, to gain some truth and clarity that you're needing. Divine truth, clarity, insight for Alright, the Sword and Rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. So once again, clarity, truth, revelations. That Sun card talks about clarity, truth, and illumination and revelations. So does the Hangman. Heartbroken. Like I said, some of you are really hurt. Some of you are dealing with someone who is really hurt. Deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, and mourning. Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. So like I said, for some of you, this is a need for letting go of something. Even if it's just an old version of yourself or a relationship. The Phoenix. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, and a changed mind. Like I said, that perspective and truth thing keeps coming up. Alright, bottom of the deck is the Snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, and the other woman. So like I said, for some of you, this is a third party energy for a relationship. For others of you, there is some envy that is here, whether you are on the giving or receiving end of it, and that's something that's needing to either be protected from or needing to be transmuted into something else, because envy really isn't a beneficial emotion to the person that harbors it or to the person that is on the receiving end of it, you know. Alright, last but not least, can I get some more insight, clarity, and guidance, divine guidance for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Can I get one more card for Scorpio? Oh, you tried it. Alright, that's enough for those. Alright, these last cards, and I promise I'm finished. So the first card that came out was Fake Profile. Liar, scammer, creeper alert, do a background check. Not who you think. Okay. We also have the cheater story that came out second. Cheated on now or in the past. Trust issues triggered. Heal past hurts and change your future. Right, like I said, for some of you, this was like a third party kind of energy here that has caused this disappointment, this pain, this resentment, maybe this envy. Trigger, overreaction, respond rather than react. Avoid decisions based on fleeting emotions. Alright, that reverse Queen of Cups, reverse Queen of Swords, they can both definitely make decisions based on emotion or based on being cold or vindictive or anything along those lines. Alright, emotional intimacy, healing relationship with self, inner child precedes successful relationships. Love is energy. Life goals, be sure your life goals and lifestyle are congruent with your partners. Grow together or grow apart. For some of you, this is growing apart because we do have the Coffin here along with heartbroken. And then last but not least is taking a break. Like I said, that reverse Four of Swords, a break is needed. Not necessarily a breakup, time apart, allow for new perspective, center and meditate. So like I said, that Hangman, a new perspective is needed. Truth is needed to be faced. Revelations, illumination, going on a spiritual quest, not ignoring spiritual guidance. Performing alchemy on yourself, transmuting this energy. If you are feeling envious, if you are in a lower vibration in regards to a relationship, either on the receiving or the giving end of it, whether you're the liar or the one being lied to, there's a need to take some time out for yourself, seek some spiritual guidance, see the truth, and alchemize and transmute the situation. All right, and I don't know if alchemize is a word, I just made it up. So Scorpio, I hope this has been a very helpful, insightful reading for you. I'm sorry for the pain that you may be experiencing. If you're a cross watcher, I'm so sorry if you are feeling this way. Do know that it gets better. You just got to take it day by day, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this was very helpful for you and encouraging. And until my next video, I will talk to you and see you sooner rather than later, and